Republicans said they were surprised to learn about the legislative budget increase. Senator Joanne Brown said they didn't ask for it. As it turns out, $20,000 extra for each senator's individual budget was embedded in their overall FY24 request, and it follows a similar rise that was given for the current fiscal year.
I don't think we're being responsible in this budget, knowing full well there's some critical operations in this government that we are not funding, that are going to be knocking on our door relatively soon. And I think it's hard to speak about being, responsible financial leaders when we ourselves are rushing to make sure we get our piece of the pie before anybody else does.
One by one, Republicans, including Tom Fisher, jumped in to criticize the Democrat majority.
I don't know what it was they wanted to use it for. I suppose they need new big TVs and sofas for their office. I don't think that's necessarily appropriate. Instead of just making ourselves here in this house fatter, why don't we give it to the people? They're the ones who produce the money. Let's give it back to the taxpayers, and one of the ways to do that is through Senator Brown's amendment.
Democrats agreed to give it back, but Rules Chairman Chris Barnett pushed back on how Republicans were trying to picture them.
Could we use an additional $20,000 to our offices? Of course we could. But the issue here is so could a lot of other agencies. And in this case, the Guam Police Department, I think if we're going to talk about who needs it more, I'm not going to argue that the senators, and I don't think anybody in this body was planning to use any of that money to buy love seats or jacuzzis or big screen TVs or whatever the picture that some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle want to paint.
The Democrat majority, which runs the committees, has about twice the budget of the Republican minority, $3.3 million, to the GOP's $1.6. Nestor Lecanto, KUAM News.